Hi, I'm Joe Farace. Behind the camera is Cliff Lawson, who's producing and directing today. We're here at Parker, Colorado's Cars and Coffee for the month of June. It's a terrific event. We got to interview some wonderful people. People that were so different with different kinds of cars. We have cars from America, cars from Germany, and cars from Japan. And even the people who own them are different. We have one gentleman who is 91 years old who drove all the way here from Nevada. And then we have a young man with a Miata who I think you'll be delighted to meet. So welcome to Cars and Coffee video, first one. Thank you very much for watching.
Cool, man.
We're here with Harry Williams, who brought this beautiful Pontiac to Cars and Coffee here in Parker, Colorado today. And Harry, can you tell us a little bit about your car?
Well, it's a 1939 Pontiac touring sedan. It originally sold for less than $700, believe it or not.
And this was a luxury car at $700, right?
Yeah, it is. And a family car, two-door. And my daughter-in-law gets in the back seat and she says it's like being on a nice, big, soft couch. She loves the back seat. And it just floats down the highway. It'll run 80, 85 miles an hour all day long.
Does it have the original engine?
No, it's got a short box Chevrolet in it. And then it's got a Mercury transmission.
A Mercury transmission.
Yeah. Yeah, it's had some upgrades.
And you said it has air shocks?
On the back, yes.
Yeah, only on the back.
Yes, yeah. And when I originally got it, it rode awfully hard, and we come to find out that there was no air in the shocks. We
Darn.
put some air in the shocks, and it just started to float down the highway. So we've done quite a bit of modification. We've completely changed the steering column, and it's got electric seats in it. We put air conditioning in it, believe it or not. And
well, that's not that air conditioning, right?
no.
You have real air conditioning.
We got real air conditioning. These were the original air conditioners, of course, but they weren't very efficient. You know, you put water or ice in the back, and the wind goes through the thing and over the top and into the car. And you maybe can feel it on a hot day, but not very well.
How long have you had the car?
About 5 years. Yeah.
And you guys drive it all over the country, right?
All over. We take 2 tours a year. Take one in June, which is usually, 2 weeks, 10 days. And then we take one in the fall around October, which is normally closer to home because of the weather. But yeah, we do drive our cars.
And you live in Nevada, so this was
Right.
a good, well, was it a 12-hour drive? 15 hours?
Well, we've been on the road 5 days, though.
Oh, this is...
We made a big loop through Salt Lake City, Utah, and down that way. And we'll have 2,243 miles in when we get home.
So where's your next stop after today? Oh, that's
Colorado.
great.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs.
Couple days there, and then we'll start easing home.
And you had no trouble with the car at all, just...
Nope. A couple of them had power locks, when they
you mean
came
like,
over the mountain.
Yeah.
Vapor lock.
Vapor locks.
Yeah. But this thing, we went over 11,105 feet. It didn't even belch.
Well, it's a beautiful car, Harry, and I really thank you for bringing it out today, and thanks a lot for talking to us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you admire the car. I sure love it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, I'm here with Matt,
How you doing?
who has his dream car, and
Yes.
it's a 2002 BMW M3, right?
Absolutely.
Tell us all about the car.
Well, I found this car back in February of this year. I've been wanting this car since I was 16 years old. I've graduated in 2001, so this has been my dream car since high school. This is a 2002, carbon black throughout. Literally every single package that could have came on a BMW came on this one. So it's got the premium package, it's got the competition package, This one's pretty special because lived its whole life in California, so no rust, which is always nice. Very hard thing to find for a 20-year-old car. But also, it's got some pretty special things that regular regular M3s don't have.
What kind of things?
It's almost like a full CSL conversion.
I'm not sure I know what that is.
In 2004 and 2005, BMW came out with a CSL version. It's basically their light version of their M3. And so what they did is they put on a carbon fiber trunk, which is what this one has, as a full carbon fiber trunk. It also has the CSL front bumper with the carbon fiber dive planes as well. The only thing I don't have is the actual CSL intake. But it also has the 19-inch BBS wheels factory from BMW that came on the CSL. So these are 19-inch wheels. 245/35 19s on the front, 275/35 19s in the back on PS4Ss. Basically I'm just getting it back to as bone stock as I possibly can.
So what does CSL stand for? Is this something got a German word?
I believe it's a competition sport light. And it's like I said, it's been my dream car. I love naturally aspirated engines.
Yeah, me too.
And it took a very long time to find, about 8 months of studying.
But you specifically went looking for this car.
I went specifically looking for this car.
Was it that particular year too?
I was willing to go with anything between a 2002 and a 2005. It was. You have to decide between pre-facelift and post-facelift.
So they facelifted it after that?
Yeah, 2003, I believe, is when they changed it. Mostly about changing the headlights, where they were actually glue molded, and where these you can just pop off the front and put in nice LED lights and everything like that, the halos. But it's only got 107,000 miles on it, and it actually started its life with the SMG gearbox, which is horrid. But luckily, the people I bought it from converted it to a 6-speed manual. So I have a 6-speed manual.
So that's pretty rare, right?
It's rarer, yes. There's a lot of people have been doing that lately because the SMG gearbox is so bad in terms of the SMG pump fails quite a bit. But the really cool thing is it's the same exact transmission. So all you have to do is change the bell housing and get out the SMG pump and put in a third pedal. It's pretty amazing.
So you plan on competing in this or autocrossing or anything like that?
Maybe eventually autocrossing, but right now it's just kind of my baby and my garage, not a garage queen. I drive the heck out of it.
But you know, it's almost 20 years old, but it looks like a brand new car.
Yes, well, I do all the detailing myself. I spend a lot of time at Adams Polish because I get a lot of information from them, trying to figure out how to get all the swirl marks and everything out of carbon fiber, but also out of the trunk, but also out of the hood and everything like that. Because
this has got a little bit of metal flake or metal.
Yeah, so it's carbon black, but actually it's got like blue. It's got like a blue sapphire like sparkle underneath, and then they clear coat it. So if you look at it in the dark, it's actually black, whereas you look at it in the light and it looks like a blue car. So everybody assumes this is a blue car.
I thought it was a black car, but what do I know?
Oh no, it's all right. But yeah, it's been my dream car.
It's great that you got to have your dream car, though.
Yeah, and I bought it during COVID, and I bought it sight unseen. I got a pre-purchase inspection done in California. I lived this whole life in the desert, and then I had it shipped out to me. So the first time I saw it was when it got off a trailer in February, and yeah, it's been quite the fun project so far, and. Every service has been done to it. Every major service. The Vanos has been refreshed. The rear subframe has been done. The last big thing to do is rod bearings, which I'm actually doing next week and replacing with ARP rods, WPC treated bearings, and everything like that. So by next week, I should have a 20-year-old brand new car.
Well, thank you so much for bringing this beautiful car out today.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. Thanks for talking with us.
Of course. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I love talking about this thing. It's fun.
I'm here with Travis, and Travis has brought his spectacular, it's second generation, the NB Miata?
Yep, it is
Tell us about your car.
So this is a 1999 NB Miata, NB1 to be precise.
What's the difference between, is there an NB2?
Yes, there's an NB2. There's one actually down that way. The difference between it is a slightly facelift on the front end, as well as more bracing underneath throughout the transmission tunnel, and a variable valve timing head on that block.
And that's for the NB2s?
Yes.
And so what about this particular car? This is, you say it was a 99?
It is a 1999, yes.
So my wife's a big Miata fan. She used to have one. She used to autocross it. Do you do any competition with this?
Not competition besides for myself. I run out to High Plains Raceway kind of often, and I've been posting pretty decent times lately. I haven't been posting good times because my pretty much destroyed my tires, so I had to get new tires.
Cars will do it.
Yeah, cars would do that. Track would do that too. So I did that. It's got a lot of modifications to help support that, and I got more modifications coming in very shortly, surprisingly as well. So
tell us about the mods on the engine.
The mods on the engine. I am gonna have to pull up the list right here. So
we're gonna get the details now.
Yep. So
I'm sorry.
That's all right. So so I got to I can actually do this real quick. Test my memory here. So I got an oil filter relocation kit there in series with my oil cooler right there. That's onto the fan shroud for my cross flow radiator. I got a full exhaust system with a 4-into-1 Racing V exhaust header. So I'm able to actually get power throughout the whole band. I got a custom short ram intake that I've made myself. I plan to do individual throttle bodies probably at the end of this year or next year. Let's see what else I got. I got a torque damper. I got stiff motor mounts as well with a stiffer mounts for the differential. Inside the differential, I got an always Geekin 1.5 way limited slip differential. And I got a short throw shifter in there to make sure that everything's going to be stiff and well planted. Speaking of being planted,
but this is a beautiful car too. I mean, it's really nicely. Lots of competition cars can be a little rough around the edges, but this has beautiful bodywork and paint.
Well, yeah. So this paint is completely original.
It is?
Yeah, it's original. I cleaned it up a little bit. The only thing that's not original for the paint would be my fastback hardtop. That had to be paint matched, and the whole car is also ceramic coated too, so because I want to protect its paint as much as I can.
It looks beautiful. I mean, the red highlights, the lettering, the red rims.
I pay attention.
It's a gorgeous car.
Yeah, I pay very close attention to detail. So on top of that, this car, I mean, because it's so beautiful, the car only has 33,000 miles onto it, the whole car, not just the engine, but everything. So
when did you buy it?
I bought it, oh boy, it was late 2016, I think, or so, or 2017. No, it was early 2016. It had 17,000 miles on the clock, and it was bone stock. It was from an elderly couple. They were the first owners up in Golden. I purchased it from them. They knew what the car was going to go through, and they're fully supportive about it.
Well,
and
that's cool.
Yeah, and this is what the result is so far.
Well, even this seat, you replaced the seats as well, right?
Yep, I replaced the seats for actual racing seats, as well as going for 6-point harnesses because I need to be planted in the car when it comes to track time. I got a roll cage in there. I got a roll cage in there that I put in as well.
What kind of roll cage is that?
It is an auto power Bolton roll cage.
Yeah, I know the auto power.
Yeah, auto power is pretty good. I wanted to go for a welded in roll cage, but I didn't know anybody with a welder at the time being. So I got myself a.
Those Boltons work pretty good.
They work.
It's not a big car.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, Bolton works for now. So yeah. So when it comes to stopping power, I decided to go with bigger brakes, and like extremely bigger.
Oh, they are big.
Yeah. So they're.
What kind of brakes are they?
They're Willwoods.
Oh, Willwoods, great stuff.
Oh yeah, 6 pistons in the front, 4 pistons in the rear. The biggest ones in the market for these cars.
That would fit on the wheels. You got to fit inside the wheel.
Yeah. Speaking of wheels, I decided to opt out for the Advent Racing SA3Rs.
Are these 16s?
Yeah, they're 16-inch. So I have to run with it. I decided to run with this because first of all, these wheels are insanely rare to find nowadays, and they look good on the car.
They look great on the car.
Yeah, it also feels really great too because even though they're a little bit on the heavy side, so I can feel exactly what's going on with the car.
So you got to tell me what is the lettering on the windshield? What does that say in English?
So
that is that a secret?
No, that's actually in katakana right there. It's supposed to state Rev 9 Autosport, which is Rev 9 Autosport, which is also
I noticed that on the side of the door.
Yep, so that's what it is as well. And then I pretty much stripped out the interior, gutted my trunk, got a racing battery in there as well. So I'm trying to lose as much weight as possible while still at least trying to be a fun car to drive.
Well, Travis, thank you so much for bringing this car out today.
Oh yeah, no worries.
It is absolutely one of the best looking Miatas I've seen in a long time. And I'm sorry my wife is here. She loves Miatas, and she would be drooling all over this. Thanks a million.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the first installment of our cars and coffee videos shot by the wonderful Cliff Lawson, who's doing a great job today, and the great people we met, just interesting people with interesting cars. So join us again if we get the chance to do this again next month.